We're back live with you. Sorry about that, folks. Have probably take you all a minute to find us back here, but we'll keep talking like there, even if you're not. While we were away, there was a ground ball to shortstop. Rebels turn two runner was safe at second, but out at second. Bouts. One ball and swing and a miss. Fresh score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. Rebels are going to bat for the first. All right, hopefully you all have found us again. And apologies, we did have a crash on first game. Always have something go wrong, so if that's it, right? Zach Banks leading off for the Rebels. First pitch. Bounce that one for the first. Deep hole pitcher's going to have to cover. And they get him at first. 3-1, just like the top half of this.
Much like the opening contest. Good situational baseball. Pitcher covers for.
Talking about the correct pronunciation for the pitcher. Forgot what we landed on, though.
I believe it is.
Got it.
Itsukawa.
Itsukawa. That one. Bring up Jonathan Mello. This is
always good when a summer ball team has a familiar back that gives the team its identity. Like everybody knows them. Everybody kind of gels around them, so the guys look up to them.
Nice to have a little bit of continue. Lifts that one into deep right field. Over his head, it's going to be a ground rule double. It bounced over the feet, but over the right field fence for Mallow. Welcome back, John.
Yeah, just a great hit there, and Haywood lost that in the sun, definitely. And just a good hit, good contact, and start for the Rebels here.
Yeah, that one was pretty deep. Not sure if he would have had a play. Kind of. It would have been close, I think.
Very close. Maybe diving.
Little scary diving into the wall here. No padding. Solid wood.
That does not give any mercy.
They'll bring up Matt Murchison. He had a strong night last night, hit some balls hard. Ultimately scored the game-winning run after a deep triple to right and puck. River Bandits field very much major league distance lines. 5 straight down the lines, gets deep quickly. Probably would have been a home run here at Rebel Park. Takes a called strike. 1 ball strike.
Burchinson, the number 8 outfielder, North Carolina, according to Perfect Game in the.
That was a red shirt at UNC, a little bit of a mystery box, but had a very promising start here in the market. Really impressed watching him hit batting practice and in the game last night. Probably had the 2 hardest hit balls of the game. One was the triple, one was a line drive that was actually caught by the pitcher and maybe just found the pitcher's glove more than got caught by the pitcher. Swings and a miss at a ball in the dirt. He will go down swinging. That'll bring up third baseman David Pena. Faced 3 times last night, scored 2 runs.
Third baseman David Pena.
All 3 times that he reached was on base on ball.
Good to have a player that has a good eye like that on your team, be able to get on base, then the pitcher's pitch count, and just play some solid, grimy baseball, fundamental.
Scouting report that I've heard on is kind of one of those, I think they talk about him as 3 true outcomes. He's going to walk a lot, he's going to hit for power, but he's also going to strike out some. He could have a couple. But I'm excited to see the power part of that trifecta. Takes that one for a ball, gets some agreement fans. One on Pena. Mallow still out there at second. Fouled off just for the Rebels.
Sounded like something not good over there, bro. Did you hear that?
That was, I think you were fooled by the quick of our address announcement. They're hitting the Safe Flight Repair us jingle.
Here's I've been bamboozled.
Have been bamboozled. Got many tricks up his sleeve, does our public address announcer. So watch out this year.
I got to keep my head on a swivel.
Full count on Pena. That one foul. Also seeking a car over there. Public address announcer just talking about foul balls coming into the booth. That's about a 1 every 2 seasons proposition, but it does happen. Requires a perfect arc over the net and then bouncing off of the pavement. Second story vantage point here. Actually had one land right on my laptop keyboard. I did catch it.
Flip through your finger.
Wasn't super clean, but it didn't take out the keyboard.
The win-win. And you get a free ball.
Yeah. All foul balls, yours to keep at Rebel Park. So
Love it.
a little bit of extra incentive for the kids that are out there chasing. Any Rebel fan has been born and bred chasing foul balls at Rebel Park. That's my origin story. Full count again. Lifted high into left field. Left fielder is under it. Squeezes it for third out of the inning. Rebels fail to score. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 runner left on base. We'll be back for the top of the second in a moment. We're back for the top of the second. Caden Hayward off for it. Count is quickly 2-0 on Haywood. Being razzed by my own family down there. Throwing me off my game. That one is fouled back into the screen. Looks like most of you have managed to find us again. Again, we apologize for the brief disruption there. We're working through things here on opening night and playing around with our cameras at the break. Hopefully everything's working. 2-2 pitch. Grounded up the middle. That's going to be a clean single for Haywood. Press putting a lot of lumber on the ball early here against Treadwell. J.W. Kohlmeyer steps in now, the 8-hitter.
Good hit from Haywood, the 6'6" athlete, multi-sport athlete, Fennerman and three-sport. Really impressive stuff.
Does have that athlete look about him.
6'6", he towers over everyone out there, it seems.
That is getting up there. The Rebels have two in like the 6'4" or 6'5" range. Not sure we have any up in the 6s. Haywood with the lead over at first. That one's popped up. It's going to get out of play just over the Express dugout. Making the count 0-2 on Kohlmeyer. Crowd really still filling in here in the second inning. Not many empty seats on the Rebel side, and few over on the Express. That one's lined up the middle. Another clean single to Banks out in center field.
That was in the same exact spot that Haywood notched his right up the middle.
Yeah, Haywood's a little more of a ground ball. That one was a little more of a line drive, but same exact line.
see Treadwell kind of recollect here, focus back in, and take care of this bottom of this line.
Michael Poulter in and fouls the first pitch off. Treadwell, you're probably looking for a ground ball here. See if the Rebels can turn two. Grounded up the middle. Mala's got it. He's going to step on second, throw to first for a double play. 4-3. Haywood advances third on the play. Express still have a runner in scoring position, but now with 2 outs and the leadoff man Knapp back up to the plate. Nice play by Mallow there, fighting the sun. Kind of an awkward short hop near second base. Mallow had a very successful year for Potomac State. His regular season batting average, 460. Transferring to Division I Mount St. next year. Treadwell fires the 1-0 pitch. Fouled off down the first baseline. 1-1.
Treadwell's done a great job to just focus back in and take care of this bottom of the Strasburg order after giving up 2 tough up the middle ground balls.
Yep, really fighting well. Has a chance to get out of the inning here without any real damage done if he can get Knapp. That one's lifted into right field. Might be trouble. Diving attempt by Terranova gets past him. That's going to be a double for Knapp and an RBI. Drives in.
Yeah, just
Good
an
effort.
unfortunate drop there. And the bank struggled a little bit to kind of slipped a little bit, but was able to grab the ball and fire it to the cutoff before any further damage was done.
Gotta think, chance if that happened in the next inning when the sun is fully set, that Terranova might have been able to get there. Tough sun field out there on the right side. Does a crumb across for the Express, and they're still threatening with the runner on second. First pitch to Tyler June, called strike.
That was a great pitch there. You could see the break on that thing. Looked like a slider.
A backdoor, as they tried to do it again and missed low. Rebels had a couple spectacular defensive plays in right field yesterday. Matt Murphy's first base today scaled the fence. Actually could not see that one, but I heard his foot was about 4 feet up on the fence, and he was really reaching over the chain link. Great grab. And a diving catch later in the game as well.
Could have added that one to the highlight reel, just did not get the capture.
Yeah, did not get the video on that one, unfortunately. Rumor is it was spectacular.
Be one of those myths, baseball myths.
One pitch up and away, 3-1. Full evening here in Newmarket. Always a pleasure to watch games here. Ridge Mountains in the background, Newmarket Gap. This is just about perfect weather.
Perfect day.
June swung and missed on the 3-1 pitch, which runner going. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Still in the inning. 1 run on 3 hits. There's 1 runner left on base for the Express. Joe Terranova will lead off for the Rebels in the bottom half when we're back.
Joe.
Joe Terranova out of South Missouri State leading off for the first at bat this
196 batting average for the Red Hawks. 46 at bats and 9 hits.
been for Southeast Missouri State. One of those sneaky good baseball schools.
Definitely.
It's Joe Square in the back. He's going to
Ouch.
trot on down to first. Like a breaking ball. If you're going to get hit, that's the pitch you wanted to get hit by.
Exactly. Not want to take a fastball.
When last night, River Bandit took a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Ben McIntyre right in the shoulder blades.
Murphy.
Brings up Matt Murphy out of Goldie Beacom. Pops that one up on the infield. Dropped by the shortstop. Going to end up being a fielder's choice. Terranova had to retreat to first base on the pop-up.
From the short, Iowa State College. Number 12, Maddox. And
And bring up Maddox Land from Pensacola State. I believe this is his first at bat, although he did appear in the game as a pinch runner last night, stole a base and
He was flying around the bases when he
rounder to first, steps on first, over to second. That's going to be a double play. 3-6. And the Rebels end up sending only 3 batters to the plate. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base. Brown will lead off for the Express on the other side of this break.
No
And we're back.
Leading off the third base.
Sam Brown batting out of the 3 spot in the lineup.
"47 RBIs in 2026 for the Gulf Coast State Commodores." Set up, man.
Similarities between the Express roster and the Rebel roster this year. Have a mix of pretty decent D1 programs and then a lot of junior colleges from. That one's lined into right field. Terranova tries to cut it off, can't get to it. It goes to the wall. That'll be a leadoff double. Sam Brown. Express continuing to hit the ball hard early.
Yeah, just a good solid hit. Keeps inside the park, obviously, and just a nice hit to the best part of the field. That's where you want to place it if you're a hitter. So
Bring up Eddie Castillo. Pitch low and away.
3 for 4 with 6 RBIs yesterday for Castillo against. Had a great game.
Game played at Strasburg or at?
That was Strasburg.
First Bank Park, Strasburg. By far the most home run friendly park in the Valley League. Follow us all season. Watch the away games. Probably pick up on that pretty quickly. Great play-by-play man down there in Strasburg, Kyle Gutshaw.
That's a good pitch. Just barely missed. Again, he's painting those really well. See if he keeps this up.
Second off speed. Outside 3-1. Have some action down in the lefty, number 11. Three-one misses high ball. Express have runners on first and second. No out here in the top of the third. Also run lead.
If it's number 11, it would be Carew Bates.
First
I think
baseman, number 20.
that's their roster.
McGowan.
Colby Jarman, excuse me. The UNC Wilmington pitcher. He's 6'3", right-hander.
Good foul. Oh and 1 on McCowan. Myers, high fastball, just a little bit too high.
Like the earlier pitches, just a little bit upstairs, but very close.
Like the sun has gotten low enough on the horizon that it's no longer affecting fielders. In the shade now, and the lights are coming into effect. Park, some of the better lighting in the league are the old school lights that take a little bit to warm up, so you get them turned on pretty early in the game, so there's brightness. Nice breaking ball, called strike.
Good pitch there from Treadwell. Let's see if he can keep it rolling. Got momentum now. Friendly count.
Giving up some hard contact, but he's fighting. Has managed that contact pretty well. That one hits Gowan kind of had a funny sound. Must have hit off of his protective gear there. Bases are going to be loaded. That's going to bring out head coach Charlie Shepard. He is making a pitching change, and I think Colby Jarman will be out to make his first appearance for the Rebels momentarily. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back. Ready to go. Jarman working on his warm-up pitches. He is just about ready if he can work out of a bases loaded jam. We do have some interaction. Chat. We got Brett Landon, turn from last year, saying hello. Hey, Brett. Hope you're doing well. Hear you're having a nice summer out at a resort this summer. Have the Terranova family watching. Question about some of the stats there. We did pull those from the SEMO website, but we know that there's some wonky things going on with NCAA stats this year where some of the away and home stats are not merging correctly. So I would take in almost any NCAA stats that aren't coming. Well, even SEMO is a major institute. There's just some wonky things. First two pitches from Jarman are balls, 2-0. Does have the lefty-lefty matchup with Brewer at the plate. Pena playing a little bit in at third base. Maybe would think about going home ground ball. Outside ball 3. Jarman went of 3 players on the Rebels this summer. Got Murchison, left fielder. Soon be joined by pitcher outfielder Micah Simpson. That one's in there for a swinging strike.
That's a great pitch right there, especially in this jam. This is the worst jam that in baseball you could really ask for. Base loaded, 0 outs, and he's holding strong here, and that's a good strike.
One swung on and missed. Fastball on the inside part of the plate. Rebels had a similar situation last night. Loaded Camden Rogers came in and get out of the situation, allowing one. Also fouled off at the plate. Always think it's interesting. Bases loaded, certainly tough situation, but statistically, you're actually more likely to score. You have runner on second, and bases loaded. I always find it makes sense with the force out at the plate. Fastball just misses. Gonna walk in a run.
And that was mighty close.
Very close pitch. Did not go the Rebels' way. Gonna be an RBI on the walk, and that'll bring up Hayden Haywood, big right-handed hitter, and I would say the Rebels are firmly in the danger zone. Express have it wide open.
I'll knock wood here. His 2026 stats for Western California hit no home run. Knock wood that something doesn't happen here like it did last time when I talked about.
Pitch missed down and in. Was playing back in the midfield, looking for double play. Back at first base, about even with the bag at third. More action down in the Rebel right-handed time. Like number 8.
I was talking about Haywood's athletic abilities. His last at bat, he was named to the Greater Metro 4 All-Conference team as a senior on the diamond and was an all-conference quarterback. Twice named the North Carolina Player of the Week. Impressive stats from.
Always like to see sport athlete. Rips that one into left center field deep. Don't think it's getting out, but it is going to be extra bases as it's up against the wall. Might have a play at the plate. Relay throw is going to be late. Throw to third. Not in time. Going to be a 3 RBI double. For Haywood. Press have indeed broken this one wide open. They take a 6-0 lead here in the third inning. J.W. Kohlmeyer at the plate with a add to that Express lead. First pitch, side for a
I mean, you just got to recollect here. Just flush it down. Just flush it down. Just focus on the next batter.
Another fastball low. And hey, if you're a Rebel fan, at least it's early. They have 7 innings to fight back still. At bats for the Rebels at the top of the fifth. Fouled down the first. Line to shortstop. Mallow's going to catch it on the fly at ankle height for the first out of the.
Yeah, just a good baseball play there. Heads up. Quick catch and baseball, like I said.
So 1 out now. Up Bolter brings him in. Pitch.
That's a solid pitch right there. Had a little break to it.
Stuff looks pretty good from Darman, just having a little bit of trouble locating. Nice breaking ball swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Would love to see a strikeout here from a Rebels perspective. That being said, we do want to welcome all the Express family and friends that are joining us tonight. Do our best to not be too partial, even though we are all associated with the Rebels. 2 down and in. Count pitch. Swing and a miss. For strike 3 and the second out of the
Just a good finishing pitch there.
something off speed. It almost
Yeah.
to me would look like a changeup. Not sure exactly what Colby's arsenal. Breaking away from the right-handed. First pitch to Knapp.
That
This
has
is
a
for the
break
ball.
on it. Ow.
Yeah.
No public arsenal for. No public arsenal at all. Garmin.
Fastball dust missed ball to Knapp, getting his 3rd at bat in 3rd inning. Not a good sign for Newmarket. Whoa, finds the
That's a solid recovering pitch after giving up 2 consecutive balls. Good.
he's kind of honing in on the little bit as he had almost Knapp.
Yeah, that 3 RBI triple was kind of maybe could be a wake up call, just kind of a shocker to the system to kind of say, hey, I'm pitching now. Let's focus in. Let's.
Absolutely. Pitch. Fouled off at the plate. Makes a count. That pitch grounded to 3rd. Foul.
Filled up completely. 2. Maxed out.
Maxed out. Herman ready for another attempt at a pitch to grounded back to Jarman. He's got it. Flip to first for the 3rd out of the Express score 4 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Mario Lopez Jr. takes his first at bat of the night for the Rebels. The other side of this.
Out of the 3rd inning. Now the bottom of the third inning for the Rebels. From Rollins College. Catcher.
We're back.
Mario Lopez Jr.
Mario Lopez Jr. steps in for the Rebels, doing the catching. Also got into the game last night. Lines the first pitch into center field. Leadoff man is on.
One pitch, one base. Good solid contact there. Good start for the Rebels on the bottom of the third frame.
As we were saying, lots of time to fight back.
Designated hitter number 4, Tyler Martin.
I bring up number 4, Tyler Martin. That name is familiar or sounds familiar. Double take. We also have Ty Martin. Tyler's dad is our first pitch. Called strike.
Good pitch there. I was seeing some move. Express bullpen over there in right field. It was the football, so maybe just killing time, but
One and one on Martin. Freshman out of Holt College. Grounded in by second. He's going to move the runner up. Good hustle going down the line. Fired forward.
good hit. Just advance the runners. Again, mental baseball taking place times tonight.
Rebels have multiple chances to bring in Lopez from second. Zach Banks stepping in for his second at bat of the night. Rebel leadoff man. Off last night. Goes bunt. Takes a ball. Perhaps trying to take advantage of base. Not sure where the third baseman position before that, but he's now playing like right on the fringe. That one foul.
It will not get me again. That sound effect will not get me a second time.
Careful, we'll download more realistic glass shattering. One pitch to Zach Banks out of Embry-Riddle. Grounded up the middle. Going to be off the glove of the second baseman. Tough play behind second base with Banks running down the line. Go down as a Lopez advances to third on the play. Second baseman Castillo did a nice job getting to the ball, but would have been a really tough throw across his body. Momentum go.
Jitsukawa almost got that one because it went straight back at him. He almost was able to glove that one and fire it over. Gowan at first.
John Mallow had a double in that. Do some damage here. Runners on the strike. Eye on Banks at first is in motion. Doesn't have a huge. There he goes. Pitch is fouled off. Oh and 2 on Mallow. Turning rope. An interesting season last summer for John. Batting average wasn't where he would want it to be, but on base percentage was still strong, just below. Pitch down and away for ball one.
A nomadic college player there. Millersville to the Potomac State and now on the way to Mount St. Mary. Climbing the ladder. Good to see it.
Yes. Ladder off of the strength of a very strong, talked about. Well over 400 power, had some runs.
A lot of people like to bash the transfer portal as it almost feels like it ruins security, but this is great for these young players to be able to, like I said, climb the ladder and get those deep reps improved.
That one's hit into right center. Should be deep enough to drive in a run. Rebels do indeed score their first run of the night. Bank stays put. Lopez comes.
We're on left fielder, number 17.
Mallow picks up the RBI, and the Rebels cut the Express lead to 5.
Yep, just a good sacrifice fly there. Again, like
Got
I
the
said,
job done.
fundamental baseball, got the job done.
Gonna bring up Matt Mercury. Banks runs. Had a good jump. Ball's fouled straight back for our heads here in. Call it the press box. It's been quite a long time since anyone from the press has joined us in the press box. So we do have local outlets cover the games and to one-man crews out film.
Out for Brandon, he's pretty good at Radford.
Indeed, Brandon, our background and thanks. Shortened up his lead by half a step. Now that they're kind of on to him. In for a called strike 0-2 on Murphy. That's Sally is in town to watch him. So very excited to watch him have a grounded softly to second. Hustling down the line. Throw beats him by a step. Out 4-3 to end the inning. Rebels score 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. Tyler June will lead off for the Express in the top of the 4th after this break. We're back. Tyler June in to face new Rebel pitcher, number 18, Aiden Jacobs.
Yep, Aiden Jacobs saw a fair amount of action, 29.2 pitch to Mississippi.
Popped up on the band is under it for the first out of the good start for Jacobs. Sam Brown in box. First pitch outside. Like velocity.
Brown's 2 for 2 on the day. Let's see if he can keep that streak going.
Foul back almost.
Aiden Jacobs, 33rd best right-handed pitcher in Tennessee 2025 class. Of course, pretty good stat.
Perfect game. Ranking of 7 out of 10. Highly rated prospect. 1-1 is in strike. Not always a lot of resource players up if they freshman college. An expert in digging through the fine scouting report. Game often better look even often from the high school. Velocity. Such throughout their freshman year. A lot more weight training in college. Nice backdoor breaking ball. Called strike 3.
Yeah, just a great pitch there. Get him looking. That's a momentum spark for the Rebels here.
That was a thing of beauty. Stuff looks sharp for Jacobs. That prospect came to be.
Exactly.
Probably hear from those and see different Rebel players throughout the summer. Have a couple 9.5. First pitch to Eddie Castillo.
A lot of balls pop out of the catchers both sides.
Yeah, a little bit of that adjustment because a lot of the times it's the first time a catcher is catching a pitcher live in the middle of the game with hundreds of people watching.
Big lights, little anxiety maybe.
Could be. Definitely interesting thing with some baseball. Sometimes it's a big moment, like you got a pitcher that arrives late or is added to the roster late and they trying to close out a game or something, and it's the first time the catcher's ever even had a chance to talk to him.
Right.
Swing and a miss from Castillo. Looked like he was trying to do some damage with that one. And Jake is 1 strike away from 1-2 debut. Fastball just inside.
And that was mighty close. That's just a great pitch. He is started out very strong.
Gave that one a little bit of body lean, like he was trying to make it look like a strike from his angle. It was certainly close. Count pitch. Another nice pitch. Could not get the swing from Castillo. And Castillo earns himself a walk. Nice at bat. Those pitches away. Bring up Marshall McCowan.
Good test here. What I would say, at least has to look for it. Their best hitter, he's got the size and the strength for it.
Conservatively at first. First pitch, fastball. lost our pitch speed on the broadcast. Fortunately, at our computer. Probably won't be able to get that back up and running, but I do radar gun run. Kind of share. Catch it out of there. Up and away. Balls and one. Top of the check swing. Check with the base umpire. So 3-1 count now on Gowan.
That 86-mile-per-hour fastball that was just logged is the same exact logging from Perfect Game. He said he has an 86. That was his top view.
So far from the pitch velocities I've noticed tonight, I think it's tracking just a little low. Sometimes that matters a lot where you're catching the pitch, if it's right out of the pitcher's hand or if it's closer to home plate, because obviously it's down. Major League pitching out of their eye on that. Best at
Not surprised by this quick little meeting after 2 straight walks. Just kind of settle in for a minute.
mention this time or two. You're gonna say hey in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Our audience tends to be heavy on family and friends from these players that travel all across. Doubles 15 states on. Our west is Arizona. Our south is Napa. There's we ran out of room in Florida because there's a lot of players from Florida. Got the general idea. Some of them represent. Visit is over. Brewer is in the batter's box. Jacobs delivers. First pitch fouled off.
Question that's been on the back of my mind. Part of baseball is, I have to say it's North. I think close behind. I mean, it could go both ways. I mean, a lot of baseball played down in Florida.
I would say Florida would be up there. It might have a little East Coast bias too. I could see California as a strong contender. I would guess probably California, Texas, another big state. Also South. High. Nice
pitch.
backdoor breaking ball.
That backdoor breaking ball got Sam Brown as well. Let's see if he keeps relying on that.
Wouldn't mind seeing him go right back to that.
Like he did.
He does. Called strike 3. Gets out of trouble. Top of the 4th for the Express. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. David Pena awaits.
Ready. Pena.
David Pena from Indian River State College going to lead us off here in the bottom of the first four of the Rebels. Good, but called a ball. From Jishikawa, still on the mound here in the bottom of the. That one's in there for a called strike. Nice fastball. One. Lights are now in full effect here in Newmarket. A little bit of daylight left, but definitely relying on those lights now as the mountains slowly disappear into the night out there in right center field. See if we get an appearance from the almost full. Celebrating full moon night here at Rebel Park before too long. That's a promotional night we run every year. Come on by and get a free moon pie. Count. Ball 1 strike count on who drew walks last night. He can get on lead off for the Rebels. He takes ball 4 and he'll head on down to first base. Bring up Joe Terranova.
Southeast. Joe Terranova.
Gonna bring up Joe Terranova out of Southeast Missouri State. Believe he calls Mesa, Arizona home. That one a mile high, straight back towards us. Out of play, off the metal roof. Joe was from that area of Arizona, and I looked to see if he was a Cubs fan, because that's where the Cubs have their spring training complex. But I don't think that was the case. 0-1. Flips him. And he's going to get a free pass as that one just deflected off the elbow by a pitch for Terranova, and the Rebels are in action here with 2 runners on, nobody out.
Number 28, Murphy.
Matt Murphy, as we mentioned, he's a Rebel. Failed to mention that he was a 2025 Valley League All-Star, league leaders in hits. Had a couple highlight reel catches last night in Woodstock. Right fielder playing first base tonight. Versatile player. Gonna prompt a visit to the mound. That is Phil Betterly, the Strasburg head coach.
Ticket number
No call to the bullpen. They're going to stick with Jishikawa for at least the rest of this at bat with Murphy. Could have been stalling a bit. There is action down in the Express bullpen. Also action in the Rebel bullpen. One 0 to Murphy, shows bunt, fouls it off. Had quite a few bunt attempts last night. Some with success and a couple failed attempts. 1-1 count on Murphy. Fouls that one much straight back for one of the neighboring yards here at Rebel Park. Lots of kids chasing foul balls. Interesting score in other Valley League One action. Woodstock River Bandits, who fell to the Rebels last night, are ahead 1 against
Wow.
Front Royal.
And 10-3, Waynesboro over Covington.
Another
That's
one fouled off.
Blowouts here in the Valley.
Yeah, lopsided score. Purcellville the 6 lead over Winchester. Couple 6-1. Stanton and that game is at Harrisonburg and Stanton. I didn't catch which. Other one fouled at the plate by Murphy. Looks like that one might have been off his leg as he was hopping a little bit.
Yeah, that looks like it's smart. He's that hopping around. You can see he's really in discomfort.
Getting the start at first base tonight. Rebels were a little bit short-handed on first start the year. One true first baseman roster. Murphy certainly capable of more of an outfielder. That one misses just outside. Did get some reinforcement in the form of our third catcher and another first base arrived and were activated today for this game. Getting very close to full strength here. Getting on a couple more pitchers. Pitch to Murphy, swung on and missed. Went
Great
a little
pitch.
bit low there, but certainly a good pitch by the pitcher. That's the first out of the inning, and we'll bring up the shortstop, Maddox Land.
Number 12, Maddox Land.
And this time, I might have misidentified the coach last time. This is Phil Betterly out to make the pitching change for the Express. That is different than previously. Also, apologies to the Strasburg pitching coach. They are going to make a call to the bullpen. We're going to take a quick break while we figure out who's coming in for the Express. We'll be back. That information on the other side of this break. New express pitcher is CJ Asbell out of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. A lot of Embry-Riddle guys in the Valley, apparently. Two
Definitely.
on Newmarket, at least one on the Express.
7.2 innings of action, number that he saw in 2026 with the.
If Maddox Land hit a rocket here. Fun, definitely. I'm a dad. I have earned the right to drop in a couple dad level jokes on.
Nothing beats a good dad joke.
1-0 to Land, misses inside 2. I might have picked up earlier. I made a comment about the Cubs, hoping that Joe Terranova was a Cubs fan. And Cubs Hall of Fame radio broadcaster Pat Hughes once had one of my favorite calls of all time, I think. Pitcher in the major leagues named Todd Coffey. My call was that coffee got creamed. Perfect dad joke level baseball call. And Max Land is going to work a 4-pitch walk to load the bases for Rebels.
We're going to have a catcher from Mario Lopez Jr.
Bring up Mario Lopez Jr., one of 2 Marios on the team.
A great chance for the Rebels. 20 RBIs for Lopez. Lander University in 2025. Redshirt junior.
Bit of a journey. Several stops in his college career, and I think another one. Pitch was a ball. Second pitch, way up, ball 2. We were talking about earlier, more and more the trend to have players moving around if they're not getting the opportunity or just not in the right fit. Almost hits him. Out of the way, and it's 3-0. Tyler Martin waiting back.
Definitely mixed thoughts and reactions about the transfer portal. I feel like a lot of younger people they're more into it, but the traditional older college fans are a bit against it.
Interesting topic. I don't know if the right answer has been discovered. I think it'll probably be reined in a little bit at some point, and that might be a good thing, but certainly give players opportunities. And I think that's the second time tonight we've had a bases loaded walk that'll drive in a run. RBI walk for Mario Lopez Jr. David Pena comes in to score. And Tyler Martin's going to get a chance with the bases loaded, representing the tying run here at the bottom of the.
Bring up the designated
6 RBIs on 7 games played
Martin.
for Tyler Martin at this for the Bulldogs of Holmes.
First pitch is in, called strike. Tyler was off to a pretty strong start and then fortunately suffered an injury and missed quite a bit of the spring. Pops that one up on the infield. Infield fly is called. It is reeled in by the short. Up to Zach Banks.
Big hand that one tonight. Harper game work.
Got some Embry-Riddle on Embry-Riddle action. Just 2 great minds think alike.
Number 9, Zachary Banks.
Riddle on Embry-Riddle crying here. Depending on how this goes. Pitch catches the outside corner. Strike 1. Advantage Asbell. Out off. Big advantage as Bill said. Oh, back open. Always an auspicious beginning when you start the year with a big. Called strike 3. Banks goes down on 3 pitches. The end top or the bottom half. Rather, Rubble scored 1 run on no hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Aiden Haywood steps in. Face off. Aiden Jacobs. We're back on the other side of this break. Aiden Haywood leads off for the Express here in the top half of the fifth. Jacobs still on the mound for the Rebels. This is just high with a breaking ball.
See how Jacobs top of the fifth.
Action in the Rebel bullpen continues from last inning, despite Jacobs being fairly effective, trying to limit him to an inning or two tonight. Pitch coming days.
Like Lopez Jr. got clipped a little bit by that foul ball. Heard some secondary contact after the kink of the wood bat. Kind of like it hit off off the helmet.
Trying to shake it off. Little umpire catcher courtesy there. You always see that if catcher gets hit or an umpire gets hit. The opposite usually walk out, take a chat with the pitcher, give him a chance to cover for a minute. Got a conference at the mound, maybe a bit of a cross up there.
That moon rising fast in right field.
Mountain. Did discover yesterday something I didn't necessarily know that was if a catcher gets crossed up and goes out to the mound, it does not count as a mound visit.
Really? I didn't know that. So in theory, if a catcher says I got hit, you could go to the mound without a visit being charged.
Essentially, you would hope that in the spirit of the game that doesn't happen too often, but it happens. We're ready to get back to action. Jacobs 1-1 pitch is on the way. Out at the plate.
like it got him again a second time. He's grabbing the right thigh, it looks like.
Catchers do tend to take a beating.
Yep.
I speak from experience.
Were you a catcher?
Back in the day,
How about that?
my playing career is long, long over and not last all that long to start with. Swing and a
pitch.
strike. Retire Haywood to start the inning. Good work from Jacobs. That's going to bring up J.W. Kohlmeyer. Rebel Park is shared with the local high school, Jackson. Did attend there and play on this field about 15 years ago, to date myself. But first pitch missed up and in.
Stonewall Jackson is a VMI baseball player here in J.W. Kohlmeyer. Swiss Army knife type player. He also played some out, according to Perfect Game.
A strong Newmarket VMI connection. Back to Civil War days. Jets of VMI marched Lexington, Virginia to Newmarket and participated in the Battle of Newmarket, the entire student body. That one is flied out to center field. Banks has it for the second out of the inning. VMI helps operate the Virginia Museum of the Civil War, which is located in Newmarket. Something worth checking out if you come down to visit on Parents' Weekend or this summer. Often we'll have little mini reenactments, cannon firings, things like that going. Lots of memorabilia, interactive. That. Michael Poulter steps in. Nice breaking ball is in for called strike one.
Two
Sticking.
straight great strikes right there.
Yes, excellent. Wrapping up that VMI story, it's also pretty common these days. You'll still have a keyed or two march from either New, kind of an honorary tribute thing.
I had no idea.
And 1, 2, 3 strikes for Aiden Jacobs, and I believe that was a 1-3 inning. Poulter goes down. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base in the top half of the fifth. We'll be back with Jonathan Mallow and the Newmarket Rebels in a minute. Might have caught a little bit of the TNT Services Dash for the Cash there. That is one of our on-field games. Their buckets placed about 60 feet apart. One of them has a couple $100 and $1 bills. The contestant has 30 seconds and a shovel to transfer as much money as possible from one bucket to the other. Always fun during the fifth inning. Long-standing tradition. That game has been taking place probably for the last 30 years. Certainly as long as I've been coming to games for a long time.
Mallow.
Jonathan Mallow in for the Rebels. Ball just fouled on the. Infield playing pretty good here at first and third. It would not shock me knowing Mallow if he tried to drop down a bunt. Prone to doing that last year. He was pretty good at it.
Jamie had a 2 RBI fielder's choice hit. Woodstock.
River Bandit.
River Bandits, yes, River. Struggling with the name there.
Well, you're new to Valley League. That's okay. That's what I'm here for. I got, like I said, like 30 years of history I can chew out at us. So team names I can handle. Although the River Bandits are not a super long tenured team. I mean, they've been around maybe 15, but not as long as some of the teams. Like we mentioned as we opened up, this 103rd year. Back in 19. Was not an NCAA league at that point. Even back then, they were playing on this site, as far as I know. But field orientation was different. Plate used to be in the left field corner.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a cool fact. You'd only know that if you've been in Newmarket for.
That's one that not a lot of people know. My family has lived in Newmarket for quite a long time, and my aunt is a historian on market stuff, and they're showing us pictures of the park and how it used to be. It used to be like a wood grandstand.
Wow. That's
Cool.
pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah, at some point, try to share that one. Hits Mallow, like maybe right on the back of that right knee, bottom of the thigh. A hard-earned base there.
Immediate discomfort from Mallow as he took that, looked like on the back of the leg, like you said, and he brought it over to first. Seems to be.
Billington 17. Murchison.
Matt Murchison. Damage. Okay, as called strike. Struggled a little bit with his control here. A couple walks, a pitch. Just inside with a fastball. By much. At first, could fouled off at Mallow definitely that would take a bag here or there, but not a super
10 stolen bases in the 2026. As he played at Potomac State, the Catamounts. It's an interesting name. You don't hear the Catamounts.
got to be a West Virginia. But nice for John. His family is fairly close by. West Virginia, not too far. They make it out to a lot of games. I expect that they're here. Offense down at the post-game meal. Rebels players provided a home-cooked meal after every home game. Night there. Chilly. Good night for it because it is a little chilly.
Give you that, another dad joke.
My best. Full count now on Murchison. He's battled through this at bat. Ultimately, the victor here against at Riddle. Mallow, and he is off. And as is pretty much the universal rule of baseball, full count runner going, you gotta foul it off. Back over our heads. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. I expect that means we'll see Aiden Jake out for another inning of line shot into right field. Hard hit ball. Mallow's going to stop at second at the direction of third base coach Charlie Shepard.
That's just a solid hit right on the barrel. Even sounded good. That's a good wood bat sound there. Good contact. Base hit.
One of my favorite things about wood bats, you can really hear it.
Third base. College. David.
And for the Rebels here with runner and scoring position. A good hitter and
Lefty batter, righty pitch. Pitch missed ball. We used to do an audio only broadcast before readily available. I distinctly remember a walk-off home, probably in like 2000, pretty far back, but it was hit so hard, probably 440 or 50 in left field in Double Park, and the crack of the bat that came through on the microphone, which was 120 feet from home plate, was so loud that I would just go back and listen to that sound over. It was just, you knew from the sound, didn't need to see it, just you hear the crack and there was no doubt.
Baseball's many gifts.
And another hit batter. Lancing blow, thankfully. Friendly chirping from the Rebel dugout saying, I wouldn't change a thing. But base is a free base. Rebels have the bases loaded. The out. Big time opportunity. Big bat and Terranova plate. I talked to Joe's dad earlier this year. Hit a home run game for Southeast Missouri. This would be a timely time for a home run from Mr. Terranova.
A grade A chance for the Rebels here.
Pitch missed. Side. Bases full of Rebels. Nobody out. Almost a must. Third base playing in, everybody else playing back. Most likely not coming home with it unless it goes to third. On 1 count now. Short leads all the way across the board. Outside corner called, strike 2.
2 good pitches there. See if Asbel can get himself out of this pinch here.
2 pitch, way outside, wild pitch. Runner coming home. He's going to score. Everybody moves up 90 feet.
Yep, another tough pitch from Asbel. If he dials in here. Now, not fully loaded bases, but second and third runners.
We were talking about earlier, actually, statistically more likely to. Not going to come on.
Swinging strikeout there by Terranova.
flipping them.
That is Matthew Murphy up now. Goldie Beacom College. Running for his second season.
Jumping in for me there. Also doing the live score here and was scrambling.
Man of many talents.
Try. Brand new live score. Working through kinks there. So far, mostly. 0-2 on Murphy. Got to put it in play here.
Yeah, just Asbill painting the corner there again. Another outside pitch. Trying to get Murphy to chase there.
Called strike 3. Murphy didn't like it. It was certainly close.
Yep, did it again, that outside corner.
Be up to Maddox Land. Shortstop out of Pensacola State. It's on. It looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter for Mario Lopez. As it looks like Frank Wells, the on deck circle. Lopez was a little bit shaken up behind the plate. Foul ball. High fastball called a strike. 1-1 count. Rebels have cut the Express lead to 3, but would really like to put a big deficit. That one's floated down the left field line. Looks like it's going to go foul, and it does find the grass. Fairly close to dropping RBI single, but not quite. It was more of a bloop than a blast on that one.
Not seeing a large amount of blasts here from Newmarket. Right, we've seen a fair amount of blue.
Couple hard hit ball. A lot of base runners by way of the walk and hit by pitch. Really for both sides. 1-2 and takes up and away.
I mean, you see silver linings in everything. Obviously, you know, when you're getting on base from walks, you know, that means your team's got, you know, good eyes. You know, good to take away that even Rebels are down and be able
That
to
one
cut a
misses
couple
down and in. 3-2. Full count, 2 outs. Runners on second and third playing here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rebels trail by 3. Ball 4 outside. Land works another walk, and the bases are once again full of Rebels.
Great eye.
As I mentioned, we're going to get a pinch hitter for the Rebels. Number 10, Frank Wells.
10, Frank Wells.
Wells, a shortstop from Georgia Southern, actually played second base last. Started a fair number of games. Spring at shortstop for Georgia.
Phoenix, Arizona native, furthest traveler.
Oh, another Arizona. I don't know if I knew that about Frank.
A 200 hitter there.
I might have missed that one when I did my distance.
I think the Mesa, Arizona. Am I correct? Is the
Mesa. Several from Arizona. The Arizona connection. At some point later this summer, be joined by another Arizonian. 2-0 on Wells. Takes a called strike. Can't blame him for a take there, as Asbill's been a little bit wild. Come to you.
32 games played. 21 of them.
Big hack, swing and a miss. 2-2 on Wells, 2 out. Tyler Martin, the designated hitter, waiting on deck. Would love to get a chance here. Swing and a miss. Asbill limits the damage to 1 run. Rebels score 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 3. After 5 complete, it's Strasburg 6, Newmarket 3.
Fifth inning, 1 run.
Braden Knapp back at the plate. Aiden Jacobs still on the mound. Catches the ball. Action in the Rebel Bull. Jacobs night been pretty effective. Being in a minute, 1-1. Ground ball foul outside of first base.
Knapp 1 for 3 on the day for the Express.
Well, when you're getting worth that bat in the 6th inning.
Exactly.
A lot of traffic on the bases for both teams. Low moving game as we're playing the top of the 6th, and we are 2 hours, over 2 hours into the late night.
Late night.
Line drive to Mallow at shortstop. Another one that he caught right around ankle height.
And when you say line drive, you are not lying. That thing was steaming.
Fielder number 2.
That'll bring up left fielder Tyler. Hard to take a picture out when they getting people. Hit ground ball to shortstop. Land has it. Fires across. Quick second out.
Good play there.
Valley Baseball does follow USA park guidelines. So are pretty pitch limits. Pitchers throw a certain number. You're not eligible for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. A lot of times you see pitching changes at kind of awkward times, but it's because they're trying to get the pitcher out so they can get back on. Substitute. Why there might be guys up. especially early in this. Guys, make sure you have.
Sam Brown had that looking strikeout last at bat. Right the ship here.
1-0 pitch. Fastball called strike. That one came in at 88 miles an hour. And I'm still thinking that might be a little.
I think it does justice. That thing was
That had some heat
screaming.
on it.
Down low.
Just missed outside. Didn't miss by much.
Really
May have
close.
been a little low.
Really close there.
Borderline. That one was not close. Up and in. Ball 4. No arguments from anyone. So Sam Brown works a 2-out walk, and that will bring up Eddie Castillo.
Yeah, any argument on that one, you might need to go get your eyes checked.
Press box tonight. Bit of a breeze kind of blowing in. Left to right. Pitch. Called strike. Here in the press box has gone to a hoodie. Kind of wishing I would have brought a heavier one. 0-1 pitch in for called strike. 0-2. Jacobs 1 strike away from getting out of the 6th. Excellent job in. One hopper to first. Took an awkward hop on Murphy. Safe. Oh, that
might
one
be
in
an
air on
E3,
Murphy.
yeah,
Tough
E3.
chance for sure, but one you almost certainly have to have an out on.
Tough bounce. Looks like it bounced on the end of that bit of the grassy infield. Like a little, kind of like a rise spot of grass there. Sent that thing up. Well, it bounced up and out of the glove. Murphy, and a tough turn of events there for the.
Yeah, maybe the only criticism you make was he wasn't quite in front of it, so it did get past him. Cleared up on it or kept it. Probably would have been able to get the out of for. Tough chance though, for sure. Not a
Tough break.
not an easy play by any. Brings up Marshall McCowan. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss.
Pitch there. Jacobs is that pitch count. He's doing great.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Like he's thrown 43 night. Still looking strong though. Hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. Failed to mention there was a new catcher for the Rebels this inning, Dylan Murphy out of Florida Atlantic University. Freshly arrived into the market today, I believe, and quickly finds himself in a game. That followed pinch hitting for the starting catcher Mario Lopez. Bottom of the 5th. Once again, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Breaking ball fouled off.
Not unfamiliar with coming into games the 2025 season for Florida Atlantic. He played 5 games, 3 of them starts, so 2 of those games he came in, did game.
That one misses. Dylan comes from a baseball family. Dad played in the major leagues for the brother, also a baseball player. I think played at Florida Atlantic, but that's going off of memory. So. That one's line just past the diving. Maddox land at shortstop. Might have a play at the plate. Throw actually comes into third. That'll be an RBI single for Marshall McGowan. Sorry. Sam Brown comes around to score. Is an unearned run following the air Murphy. That is going to be the end of the night for Aiden Jacobs. As head coach Charlie Shepard is heading out and somebody is heading in from the bullpen. We'll take a quick break while we figure out who that is, and we'll be back with you in just a moment.
Give a big
We're back. New Rebel pitcher is number 14, Jansen Kenty out of Georgia Southern. Facing off with Mackay Brewer. First pitch swung on and missed.
I can see the velo on that thing. That thing was pretty quick.
Missed it. Gotta pay attention to that on the next pitch. Low 90s. 93. Runners are moving. Breaking ball. Throw to third. Had him, but was dropped by Pena. Went to tag the runner, and the ball popped out of his mitt.
Yep, had that one in the bag. Just
Pitch was a swinging strike. Both runners advance to the stolen base. So second and third, 2 outs, 2 strikes on Brewer. See if Kenty can strike him out and make the base not mean it. Fastball upstairs, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Kenty gets out of trouble. Give you the summary real quick. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base for the Express. Tyler Martin lead things off for the Rebels in the bottom half of the 6th after this.
Going to the top of the 6th. One.
by the way.
Oh, is it a new pitcher?
Yeah.
What name? What number? New pitcher for the Express, Jacob Chadwell. Coming out of Longwood University, which is my alma mater.
For Tyler Martin.
They made a pretty deep run in the Big South tournament. I think they ultimately lost in the
And that was
bunt
a
attempt, just foul.
almost perfectly placed right there. That was really good. Regardless.
Only foul by a
Just a
couple
hair.
inches.
Yeah, just a hair.
Good try. Rebels need base runners here, down 4 with 12 outs remaining, so can't score runs if you're not on base. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. Martin goes down swinging for the first out. Brings up Zach Banks, the fielder for the Rebels.
Yeah, Martin's going to want that one back. He got caught chasing upstairs. That's a tough one to swallow there. former baseball player, I couldn't lay off those upstairs pitches.
It's tough. Banks also shows bunt. This time takes a strike. Feels especially sorry for softball players who have to play with against rise balls.
That's a whole
As
new,
somebody who
yeah.
also chased high pitches, rise balls would be trouble for.
That's a whole new softball versus.
Banks takes that one for a call or a ball. Up 1-1. 2-1 as that one was outside.
Good eye there from Banks.
John Mallow waiting on deck. That one is also outside. 3-1. Banks would gladly take a walk here. That one's outside, and he does indeed draw a 1-out walk. Mallow a chance with runners on base. A runner on.
Bring up second baseman number Jonathan. Oh,
Did get a report that our audio was a little in and out, so we've made a couple tweaks. Hopefully that'll help. Kind of feedback we need, especially early in the season here. Get y'all the best possible broadcast setup that we have. Fouled straight back, Mallow on it, but just missed. I give you all the best opportunity to stay connected with players wherever you're watching from, or if you're a Rebel fan, to stay connected with the Rebels. We're gonna do our best to give you a high quality feed. Steal from Banks, and he's gonna be in safely. Throwing off the wheels there.
That throw was in time, just bounced out of the glove. Banks looked to get a little bit lucky there.
Okay, he'll take it, and the Rebels will take it. It also takes the conventional double play out of. Another one fouled straight back from Mallow. Timing is good, but you're just a little under it or a little above it.
Mallow had that ground rule double the first. That was a great hit. Probably one of the best Rebels hits of the year.
Yeah, certainly one of the hardest hit balls for Nugent. Murchison had a pretty hard hit ball through the. Still definitely in that wood bat adjustment period for guys. Mallow, of course, has lots of wood bat experience. Third summer in the Valley. Really a lot of experience with bats up and down the lineup from previous summer leagues, but it's adjustment that first times after coming off a spring season using metal. Sweet spot tends to be a little bit smaller on a wood bat.
And I talked a little bit with hitting coach Ty Martin, and he told me that each different wood bat type of wood that they make it from.
Mallow fights back to draw a walk. 2 men on, 1 out for the Rebels.
I'll bring up the left fielder, Billington.
But the different type of wood has different sweet spots, and it's a different feel for every single type of wood. Find which type is best for you.
And that's going to be a balk called on Chadwell. Was looking down at my score sheet and did not see exactly what action balk.
The way the Rebels take it. Conference here. Oh, no, maybe a little debate with the umpire.
That'll put 2 runners in scoring position for the Rebels with just 1 out, and one of the hotter hitters on the team, Murchison, at the plate, chance to drive in 2 and cut this deficit in half.
you said, statistic best chance of scoring is runners on second and third. We have that here.
Ground ball off the glove of the pitcher. It's behind him. That is going to be an RBI single for Matt Murchison. Banks comes in to score. Mallow advances to third. RBI for Matt.
Solid hit, kind of return to sender. Tough to handle. You know, you can't really
Yeah,
throw
that's
the
one
blade
you
there.
can't really. Don't feel like you can give the pitcher
Yeah.
an air on a ball that's
Just
a
thinking
comebacker
about it.
like that. It's maybe a little borderline, but
Can't really put the air there on Chadwell. He almost got to it, but that thing was moving.
that's just the reaction time, stick your glove out and pray kind of situation if as a pitcher.
Exactly.
First pitch, ball. Second pitch is a ball as well to Pena. Murchison ball hard her on in the seat. Extra impressive when you factor in that he was a redshirt. Not see
Correct.
a whole lot of live
Correct.
pitching this, but he was raring to go, and it shows.
Correct. Solid pitch right there.
Nice pitch in for a called strike. 2-2 on Pena. That one's outside. Runners going. Throw goes all the way through, even though it looks like the shortstop was maybe trying to cut it off. Will be a stolen base for continuing to fill up the stat sheet. Once again, 2 runners in scoring position. Now a full count on the batter, Pena. Fouled back right at us.
Clinch there on my behalf. I thought that thing was coming at me. Quick little reaction time test.
Another walk for Pena. Starting to get a bit of a reputation, and we're only a little more than halfway through the second game. That man likes to draw a walk. I think that's 5th or 6th walk already, and we're in the second game of the season. I think this is going to give Joe Terranova another opportunity with the bases loaded. I think also up with the bases loaded last at bat. Get a conference on the mound.
Not look like there is any action going on in the bull.
Like we've got Aileen joining us from New Cumberland, Pennsylvania, just across the river from Harrisburg, PA. Rebels have had quite a few players from Harrisburg over the years.
For 25, Joe Terranova.
We're back to action. First pitch to Terranova, swung on and missed a high fastball. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2 good pitches after the visit. And Terranova goes down on 3 pitches, caught looking.
That's
That'll
just a
bring
solid
up-
pitch.
Yep.
Now bring up the first
Quality
baseman,
pitches
first
there.
goalie again.
Whatever they talked about in that visit seemed to make a difference.
Murphy.
Bring up Matt Murphy, the first baseman. No, he would love to drive in a run after A little bit of a miscue earlier.
That looking strikeout last at bat for Murphy, looking to kind of erase that or kind of change history,
Absolutely.
rewrite something a little bit.
That one misses high, 2-0 to Murphy. And 3-0. Not be surprised if he is taking here after 3 consecutive balls and a bit of wildness in Chadwell. That one's outside. 4-pitch walk for Murphy. That will drive in a run as John Mallow is going to come in to score. Maddox Land going to get a chance with the bases loaded.
Rebels crawling their way back into this, and knock on wood.
4th consecutive inning, the Rebels have scored a run. At least 1 run, 2 runs here in the 6th. First pitch to Land way up. Was about at eye level. That one looked like maybe something off speed, breaking ball, and it missed low and in.
Trying to get Land to chase on some of those inside and outside pitches, just kind of testing his eyes, it seems like. There's another one.
2-0 is up. 7 consecutive balls after an outstanding 3-pitch strikeout to Terranova.
Feels like the momentum maybe is wearing off or something.
Something changed there. That's a very unique situation. Oh, wow. That one hit Land. He would have been ball 4, but instead it's going to be a hit by pitch. Everybody's going to move up. RBI hit by pitch.
Yeah, if you're Chadwell in this,
This is Dylan. This will be Dylan Murphy's first plate appearance after entering as a defensive replacement. Bases loaded.
and
That
if you're
one's
Chadwell here, you
inside.
just gotta flush these past few at bats just away. You just gotta refocus here. You got 2 outs, only up by 1 run. That's okay, but you just gotta take care of that right here.
That is now 10 consecutive balls. What a time to get your first plate appearance within team. Bases loaded, 1-run game. Murphy, one that's no stranger to wood bats, had a very successful summer last year in the Cal Ripken League. Another ball. There is action in the Express bullpen now, understandably, as Chadwell really struggling to find the zone here. It's a very odd switch there after pounding the zone for 3 pitches against Terranova that were just nasty, and then 11 balls in a row. Get 12.
That's 12, yep.
Murphy will not have an at bat, but he will have an RBI. I think we're getting another pinch hitter.
Seems like all momentum has been thrown out the window.
And we are going to get a pinch hitter for the designated hitter, Tylen Martin. Looks like it is going to be Mario Magana Jr. out of the University of Miami.
And I am very excited to see what happens. Mario Magana here. He is a slugger.
Mario, big time prospect out of the state of Florida.
was not in the starting lineup after tweaking a hamstring last night in Woodstock. First pitch from Chadwell to the dangerous Magana is a called strike. Finds the zone after 12 consecutive balls. That one's chop foul, 0-2.
Yeah, Magana shook his head there after that first pitch, right down the middle, and a little bit of frustration, thinking that he could have swung on that and made a pretty big dent.
Had the opportunity to watch Mario hit some BP today and put on a little bit of a show for the people, handful of people that were in the park, hit some moonshots. 0-2. Looked pretty good, but called a ball. I think Mario might got a little bit lucky there. Borderline pitch, could have gone either way. Dangerous to take with 2 strikes, though. Chadwell shakes off the catcher. Ground ball, hard hit to shortstop, in the hole, takes kind of a funny hop. Magana can't run with the injured hamstring. Otherwise, might have had a chance to beat that out. Gotta think he was instructed to not run hard there, to protect the player. So it'll be a 6-3 put out to end the bottom half of the 6th inning there. Again, player taking it easy, but understandable in that situation. 4 runs on 1 hit, no errors, 3 runners left for the Rebels. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with a couple of defensive replacements to report in just a minute. We're back. Caden Haywood at the plate. Jansen Kenty still on the mound for the Rebels. Just outside for ball 1. All tied up here in Newmarket. Rebels were down 6 early, tied it up at 7. That one's flied out into right field. Terranova's under it and hauls it in for first out of the inning.
Quick little F9, quick and easy.
Nice and easy to score. Brings up J.W. Colemeyer. Kenty bringing the heat. Our radar gun showing them in the upper 80s, but I think it's a little low. We'll have to play around with that as the season goes on and see if we can get a little better directional.
Good pitch there.
Yeah, nice fastball in for a called strike. 1-1 on Kohlmeyer. Kenty actually started his career at Alabama University of. Had a very successful freshman season and ended up transferring. That one's in, called strike. Another crispy fastball.
Crispy fat. Like that.
Yeah, you talk enough, you got to come up with some creative ways
Exactly.
to say things. Nice breaking ball. Murphy was starting to throw down the third, and no call came from the umpire, so it's a full count.
A big pitch right here.
Fastball swung on and missed. 2 up, 2 down to start the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Michael Poulter.
Yep, that's what you want from a pitcher there in that situation with the maxed out count with 1 out. That kind of changes the trajectory of the inning.
Said we were going to have some defensive changes this inning. It was actually the designated hitter that was pinch hit for, so no change.
Nice pitch there.
Called strike. That one's popped up shallow, just out in the outfield grass. Land is going to reel it in. That's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Jansen, Kenty, and the Rebels. We'll be back for the bottom half of the 7th in just a few minutes. Zach Banks from Embry-Riddle leading off here in the bottom of the 7th against new Express pitcher Caden Takahashi Trader. What a name.
That is
I
a
like it.
mouthful.
Takahashi Trader. That's just fun to say. First pitch is a ball.
Yep, he's got an 89 velocity that was logged. And he's also got to change up a curveball and a slider, so a couple pitches the Rebels should watch out for.
4-pitch pitcher. Bunt attempt comes up empty. 1 ball, 2 strikes. John Mallow waiting on deck, having a good night. That one's popped up behind home plate. Catcher might have a play on it. He does. Poulter reels it in for the first out of the inning. Go down as a P2.
Jonathan.
Turning man. Mallow stepping in for it.
First pitch to Mallow, fouled back.
Thing was flying high. Thing probably touchdown in West Virginia.
Might have. Maybe he was heading for home. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Mallow.
That's a big swing right there. You can tell. Damage.
Takahashi Trader coming out of the windup. Fires the 0-2, swung on and missed. Mallow goes down swinging. Bring up Matt Murchison with 2 down, nobody on.
Looking big.
Pena waiting on deck.
For a 3 up, 3 down. You're a great start for Takahashi.
First pitch fouled back into the screen by Murchison.
Pitch.
Nice fastball in for a strike. 0-2. Takahashi Trader looking to polish off a nice 1-2-3 inning in pretty quick fashion here. And he does so. Swing and a miss. Rebels go down 1-2-3. Braden Knapp will lead off once again for the Express. The top half of the 8th inning. On the other side of this break, Jansen Kenty still on the mound for the Rebels. We are knotted at 7 as we again play here in the top of the 8th inning at Rebel Park. Approaching 3 hours of game time. First pitch, fastball, swung on and missed. Another fastball swung on and missed.
And Kenty's heaving that ball, unleashing it.
Yeah, that one showed up at 87 on our radar, but based off of what we've been seeing tonight, I'm thinking we're about 3-4 mph low on everything, so
That does not do
Right.
it justice.
right in the low 90s. Nice off-speed pitch there, breaking ball. Started on the plate, ended up off the plate. Did not get the chase, though. Good take there from Knapp.
Threw so hard that his hat came off.
Let his hat come off a couple times. We might need to get him a size down.
Got an
Another
interesting
breaking
lineup.
ball. It does have a distinctive motion. I don't know quite how to describe it. Also, where I'm sitting, he's like right behind the pole. But I keep getting cut off depending on how I move.
Pitch.
Nice fastball called, or swung on and missed, rather. Knapp strikes out swinging. First out in the top of the 8th. Kenty looking good. Currently no action in either bullpen. Rebels bullpen down the left field line as the home dugout is on that side. Strasburg bullpen down the right field line.
Try to see if Kenty closes this thing out for the.
First pitch to Tyler June is low for a ball. Yeah, we'll have to watch his pitch count here. He's at 18 pitches right now. See where they want to cut him off for the night. That one's rocketed into left field. Murchison's back on the warning track, or the very edge of the warning track, and reels it in. Off the bat, I thought that was big time trouble. Nice catch by the young UNCW left fielder.
I'll tell you what, Murchison was on his horse. He got on his horse. He was off to the races to go get that thing. And
Off the bat, I thought that one was in the bullpen.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
That-
But
that sounded pretty good.
great pursuit and way to reel it in. Seems like it's a little bit like dead air tonight. The ball maybe not flying super well. First pitch to Sam Brown is a called strike. I would say that there was a very high probability that would have been a home run in Strasburg.
Yep.
We talked a little bit about that with being the most homer-prone park in the league. Rebel Park tends to average lower middle of the pack-ish for home runs. Ball doesn't always carry super well. Very deep to left center. More friendly to lefty power.
Well, if that carried any more, that would have been June's second home run of the game.
That one's a called strike. Yeah, home run back in the first inning, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yes. Correct.
1-2 now. Kenty looking for a 1-2-3. High fastball, and he couldn't catch up. Swinging, strike 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning for Jansen Kenty. David Pena and the Rebels take to the batter's box after this break. We are back.
Bringing up River State College. David.
Takahashi Trader still on the mound for the Express. David Pena in the batter's box for the Rebels.
Takahashi Trader also goes to long.
That one's fouled back. Class of 2014. Longwood University in Farmville, Virginia. Yes, that's a real place. Somewhere you probably won't go unless you're going there, if that makes any sense. 1-1 pitch to Pena. Broken bat. Chopper to third. Nice big hop for the third baseman, and he fires across. That's the first bat that has been shattered for the Rebels this year.
Still looks a little bit intact, a little bit bent. There's no
I
more
was
back in that thing.
expecting splinters based on the sound. Bring up Joe Terranova, the right fielder.
Go.
First pitch fouled off behind home plate. Rebel bat boy out to collect it. Most of the Rebel bat boys come from host families. All the players live with families in the community. Big swing and a miss. That one's hit hard in the hole. Shortstop's got it on the backhand. Not even close at first base. Terranova beats it out. Even a really good throw would have been hard pressed to get him as he was busting it down the line. And that is his first single first base hit as a Newmarket Rebel.
Yep, that's good placement there by Terranova. That's good setup and see what they can make of it. One away.
See if Terranova thinks about stealing any bases here. He's got a healthy lead. Matt Murphy at the plate. First pitch is going to be a wild pitch. Goes to the screen. Terranova is able to move up 90 feet and put himself in scoring position. Murphy with a chance to give the Rebels the lead for the first time tonight. Fouls the 1-0 pitch way back to our right. Crowd has thinned out considerably despite the quality game going on. Just a chilly evening, I think, sends people to the shower, so to speak. But maybe some of them have joined us on our broadcast here.
Yep, you'd expect at the end of May.
We are. Our viewership has gone up as the night went on, so.
Expect at the end of May for the temperature at this hour to be a little bit warmer than it is, but nevertheless, it's a pretty chilly one here.
I think there's a little bit of a breeze, which plays into it. Murphy fouled that one back, so it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hit into shallow right center field. Might be trouble. Right fielder makes a diving catch. Oh, he dropped it. Looked like he had it initially, but the ball popped out of his mitt when he hit the ground. That's going to be a single for Matthew Murphy.
Yep, Haywood almost got that. He was flying for that thing, tried to slide in to grab it, but just flips out. Untimely mistake there. Now the Rebels are knocking on the door. Take their first lead of the.
Good effort from Hayward. Headlong dive. Couldn't come up with it.
College number 12.
Got a pinch runner at first base. I believe it is number 8. Gage Doris. And Maddox Land is now batting, takes the first pitch for a ball. Trying to double check that pinch runner, but I believe it's 8. Not like the major leagues where you can call down to the dugout and get confirmation. Swing and a miss.
Yep, Takahashi Trader's got to try to keep Maddox Land off of the bases here because he is a speedster. We saw it last game. Stealing capability.
You have some action in the Rebel bullpen. Runner's off, no throw. Catcher's going to eat that one. Pitch was a called strike. Stolen base for Doris. Swing and a miss. Land goes down swinging.
And that is a really, really timely play right there from Takahashi Trader. That's just a big time pitch. Make this
Pitcher.
possible 0-run
Dylan
inning. Rebels
Murphy.
knocking on the door early.
Dylan Murphy, his second chance to do some damage tonight, drew a walk in his at bat. Swing and a miss. Nice looking swing and a pitch that was in the zone. Big moment in this game. Another big swing and a miss from Murphy. Terranova, go ahead runner on third. Doris out at second. Oh, 2 pitch on the way, fouled back. That one kind of off his hands, it looked like. Seeing if I can get a number on anybody that was throwing in the bullpen. Takes just outside. May have been Ben McIntyre. Not sure if he's a go tonight after pitching last night. He's down there, but he might have just been milling around. It looked like it was a left-hander, though. Keep an eye on that. 1-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. First baseman Cowan drops it. It is a foul ball. It is a foul ball, so everybody's going to have to go back where they were.
Man, that's a tough pill to swallow
That
there.
will be an error charged to the first baseman.
Yep. Definitely, obviously,
On the dropped foul ball.
I've used this term a couple times, but untimely, that is an untimely error right there. That opens the door back up. That would have slammed the door on the Rebels, but it opens it back up.
And there's a swing and a miss to end the inning. Rebels fail to score despite mounting a threat. They leave Terra Nova at third. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. We'll be back for the bottom of the 8th inning here in just a moment. Jansen Kenty back on the mound, doing battle with Eddie Castillo. First pitch swung on and missed. Second pitch is a breaking ball that stays low. One tied up at 7 here in the top of the 9th inning. That one's shot foul down the left field line. Had a string of effective relief pitching for the Rebels here, only allowing 1 run over the last 5 innings.
And all these relievers are looking good with more on the way. So I'm excited to see, how we can, the Rebels can keep stringing together good pitches and good pitchers.
That one's fouled off. Yeah, a couple more pitchers arriving in town tomorrow, I believe, from Charleston Southern. And then a few more right after that. We have 3 other pitchers still in postseason play. Never got a final score, but 2 coming from Pearl River College, which was playing in the JUCO World Series final earlier, and that was in extra innings at the time that our game started. 2-2 now on Castillo. Strasburg bullpen is quiet. There's some milling around in the Newmarket bullpen, but nobody throwing. There was some throwing going on earlier. And we have confirmed that Pearl River actually just brought home the national championship. So strike 3 for Castillo. Kenty puts him down. That'll bring up Marshall McCowan. So Rebels be joined by a couple of national champions at some point in the next week.
About that.
Might take them a little while to celebrate and then
Yes.
get home and then get here to Newmarket from down south. First pitch called strike.
Good pitch there, painting the bottom corner.
Kenty's been all over the strike zone.
Yes, he has.
I think most of the times he's been out of the zone, it's been on purpose, kind of throwing those chase pitches.
He's been steady in the corner. Good. That's what you want for a pitcher, especially a reliever.
I think we're going to see over the course of this season a lot of guys that go 2 or 3 innings, but not a ton that go 5 or 6. I think that's probably just going to be how the pitching assignments break out for the Rebels. Maybe as the season goes on, some of those starters get stretched out a little bit more and push 4 or 5 innings. But the days of Valley League pitchers throwing 80 or 90 innings in a summer are long gone.
Yep, they're kind of gone for all of baseball. A lot more about the longevity, but less about performance. Still hoping for wins, though.
2-1, swung on and missed. I think that might have been a changeup.
Yeah, it had a little off speed to it.
Came in at 77 on our radar gun. Two misses up and away.
That return
Full
Work.
count.
popped out of Kenty's glove. He had to chase it.
And Kenty gives up the walk to McCown, so Mackay Brewer will get a chance. But first, we're going to get a visit from pitching coach Mark Davis. Kenty at 37 pitches, so possible that he could be getting a little tired.
Beautiful full moon over Newmarket.
Designated.
Mackay Brewer is in the batter's box, and he's ready to do battle with Rebel pitcher Jansen Kenty. Short lead over at first for McCown. Foul tip. 0-1, 1 out. Playing in the top of the 9th inning, all knotted at 7. Whatever Coach Davis had to say, Kenty has poured in some strikes immediately following that meeting. Still only light tossing going on in the bullpen, so this is Kenty's game here. Called strike 3, fastball froze him.
Wow, what a pitch from the lefty. That
Brewer
thing
goes
was
down looking on 3 pitches. Bring up Caden Haywood.
This might be the most critical at-bat of the ball game.
First pitch to Haywood is a ball.
think that's like the 7th time
Kenty
that,
seems
Ken-
to
that
be
Kenty's hat has.
losing his hat. Jokingly said we might have to get him a size smaller. New hats for the Rebels this year. Gray front, red bill, blue sides and back. American flag on the right side. 2-0 fouled off. Similar to last year's hat, just changed the front color from white to gray. The white got kind of dirty, and the gray also matches the away uniforms a little bit better. So
I like it. It's a good color scheme. Goes well with the team.
up until last year, the Rebels had always traditionally just had a navy blue cap. That one misses just high, 3-1.
That was a rising fastball. I saw that thing that had no drop on it.
Getting some chattiness from the Strasburg bullpen. That one misses just outside for a ball. That one gets Coach Shepard off of his stool down there. I've noticed already this season that Coach Shepard, when he thinks a pitch is maybe miscalled, he likes to check with the catcher and ask. Most of the time the catcher seems to say, yeah, that was a little outside, or sometimes they just kind of shrug. J.W. Kohlmeyer now with a chance to put the Express on top here in the top of the 9th inning. Runner on first and second. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Kenty gets ahead.
Good start here for this at bat for Kenty.
Checks on the runner at second. Flips it over there to avoid the balk. Already one balk called in this game. Can't afford one here to put 2 runners in scoring position.
Yep, McGowan chirping a little bit on second after the failed pickoff attempt.
Nasty breaking ball fouled off at the plate. Might have got a piece of Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy looked in a little bit of
A
pain.
lot of movement on that one.
Yeah, another hat fly off. And he definitely needs a new hat.
Must have some aggressive head movement.
Yeah, he's whipping it, whipping it.
Just misses. Didn't miss by much though.
Not at
Got-
all.
Drew some oohs and ahs. Big curveball. Nice job from Kohlmeyer not to chase that one. Good pitch from Kenty.
That's a big stop by Dylan Murphy from letting that thing get past him. Closed his leg down on that thing and was able to block it, getting below him.
It's like Adler Holtz now up in the Rebel bullpen. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Nice job by the catcher Murphy to catch that one, scraping off the dirt. The Express do not score. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base. We're going to the bottom of the 9th with the Rebels having a chance to walk off the Express. Good. I have a pinch hitter.
Florida Atlantic. Jonathan Lopez.
Johnny Lopez pinch hitting. Second baseman from Florida Atlantic, entering into the DH spot, previously occupied by Tyler Martin and Mario Magana. Big swing at the first pitch, comes up empty.
Yep, and a 314 hitter in 2026 for the Owls.
Got some decent playing time as a freshman at a fairly competitive school. Takes that one for a ball. I had the pleasure of picking Johnny up from the airport the other day. Very nice young man. Looking forward to seeing him hit some balls here this summer. Takes that one right down the middle. One-two pitch, stays outside. Tried to throw a backdoor breaking ball and it didn't quite break.
Smart take from Lopez there. You don't want to chase down and out on that and let him get momentum here, get one away.
Slider or some sort of slurvy breaking ball and goes down and in. Full count on Lopez.
Like a little slider or change up maybe.
Big swing and a fastball comes up empty. Lopez goes down swinging.
Thanks.
Zach Banks, center fielder, at the plate. First pitch called strike.
Well, if you want to walk it off, this is who you want up to bat, top of the lineup for the row. Best chance here to play.
Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball. Kind of started on the plate, ended up down and in.
Yep,
That
on
one's up.
that last pitch when he swung and missed, it looks like he was aiming for right field almost. He kind of turned his body in a way, maybe looking to hit that into the Strasburg bullpen.
Perhaps also a sign of being a little out front on an off speed.
Right.
Got a "Let's Go Zach" chant going on from some of his, I think some of the kids that live in the same house as him, host family kids.
Right to your head.
Right at me. I think Zach may have been one of some players that showed some support for the local Little League team this afternoon. I heard there was a pretty large contingent of Rebel players out, like 9 or 10 players out watching the Bat Boys finishing off their season, Little League. Up high, full count.
2 straight fumbles.
Coach
from,
Shepard yells out, "Win this thing."
2 straight fumbles from Michael Poltar, the catcher.
I couldn't quite hang on to those, but no harm, no foul. Swing and a miss. Banks goes down swinging. Bring up John Mallow. Had a good night. Maybe he wants a chance to walk it off for the Rebels.
Jonathan. Oh.
He's reached on a walk, and also he got hit by a pitch, and like I said earlier, he had that ground rule double first.
First pitch is a fastball outside.
Seen that pitch a fair amount just outside by Takashi Trader. Maybe it's just a pitch that he hasn't getting the right grip on or struggling to bend to the plate.
He brought that one just a smidge closer, but not quite close enough. 2-0.
Very, very close, I would say. Right on that corner. Side corner.
Matt Murchison waiting on deck. Would love to see him get a chance here. He's definitely leading the Rebels in hard hit balls through 1 and almost 2 games. 1 3/4 of games here.
Third straight outside pitch. Takashi right in that area.
Four in a row outside. Mallow draws the 2-out walk. He'll trot on down to first. Mentioned it earlier. He is a little bit of a threat to steal some bases, so Matt Murchison has the opportunity to be the hero tonight.
You get into it.
See if Takahashi Trader gives him something to hit here.
Other outside. Wow.
I don't know why, I just really got the feeling that if he comes in the zone here, something good's gonna happen for the Rebels.
Sometimes you get that instinctual baseball.
Oh, check swing. Fouls it off. See if Mallow thinks about running now with 2-1 count. Pickoff attempt thrown away. Mallow's heading to second. He's going to have an opportunity to go to third. Throws cut off. Winning run now. A mere 90 feet away.
That's a tough pill to swallow. Like I said, just a tough way to give up a couple extra bases there. Not ideal.
Air will be on the pitcher. 2-1 still to Murchison. Takes it just outside. 3-1.
Good framing attempt from Poltar there. Had me fooled for a second.
It was close. Three-one pitch. Takes ball 4. Going to bring up David Pena. Runner on first and third. Got a timeout. Coach Shepard going to consult. Meeting of the minds is over. Was not a long one. Winning run still 90 feet away. Murchison on first. Would not be at all surprised to see him in motion quickly here to second. First pitch to Pena, big swing and a miss.
Yep, he's going for the fences. 5 homers for Indian River State this season. 34 guys. Add one.
That one's up and out. 1-1. Murchison's going to take second here. Ball outside. No stolen base for Murchison. That is a case of defensive indifference. They were not holding him on.
Quick little pitching conference here after another outside ball.
Really, the only advantage there, or disadvantage to allowing Murchison to go to second, is you do not have the force out at second on a ground ball up the middle. Otherwise, the winning run is on third. His run is more or less meaningless. Pena thought he had worked himself another walk. It is instead a called strike and a full count.
Wow, that was really close.
Full count pitch. Fouled off.
That's good. That's a little pressure. That's good. You know, if you drop the bat thinking that you're going to walk and you have to pick it back up again, that could be a little bit of a shock, you know.
Yeah.
Get a refresh, take a deep step out and step back in.
That one is clearly a ball. Pena draws yet another walk.
That's his 3rd walk of the night.
And he had 3 last night, so 6 walks in 2 games. And Joe Terranova going to get yet another chance with the bases loaded. If I'm not mistaken, this is 3rd at bat tonight with the bases loaded. Singled in his last plate appearance. Anything will do here for the Rebels if it's not an out. Walk, hit by pitch, balk, catcher's interference,
Anything.
hit. But how about a walk-off grand slam? What a way to open this! What a way that would be to open the season. I have my moments. Sorry there, I was chatting with somebody else in the press box that's not mic'd. It's been a long time since we've had a walk-off grand slam at Rebel Park. But now would be a great moment for one.
Spoke in the June.
First pitch is a ball. Like we mentioned, anything that's not an out here works for the Rebels. If Terranova makes it to first base, this game will be over.
Rebels bench can taste it.
There's some standing in the stands, definitely some excitement. Close pitch taken for ball 2. Terranova quickly ahead 2-0. Swing and a miss.
That is how you silence a crowd right there. Wow. You're a pin.
work right
Yeah,
now.
Takahashi Trader not giving up. He's
Nope.
still in the fight.
Holding strong.
2-1 to Terra Nova, winning run 90 feet away. Takes up and away. All it would take is one ball. You get the unconventional walk-off walk. Out of the stretch, 3-1 pitch, has to be a strike. It is not. Terra Nova plays hero with the walk-off walk, driving in Jonathan Mallow. Some 2-out magic to start the season here in Newmarket. We got firework noises going off, but no actual fireworks, other than on the field.
Had 7.
So Mallow scores the game-winning run. Terra Nova gets the game-winning RBI. Jansen Kenty is going to pick up his first win for the Newmarket Rebels. Takahashi Trader will take the loss despite a quality outing for the Express. Rebels up their record to 2 wins and no losses on this young season. The Express fall to 1 win and 1 loss. We look forward to some great battles with the Express the rest of this year. Jack, it's your first game in the booth. What do you think?
Well, that was great. You know, great way to end it. You know, awesome first game, and you know, if I had to pick one word about this Newmarket team, it's patient, because they were patient and quiet, and they watched all these balls go by, and they were not worried about the strike count. And wow, 4 straight walks, walk off, Strasburg Express, home opener. Just a great start for the Rebels.
What a start here in Newmarket. Final line score, 7 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Express, 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for the Rebels. We'll be back with you tomorrow night as we take on the Covington Lumberjacks here in Newmarket. Almost still tonight. We're pushing it.
Getting mighty close.
All right, everybody. We will be back with you tomorrow night. Signing off from Newmarket, I'm Andrew Kipps. He's Jack. Robert. Nailed it. We'll see you tomorrow.